8 straight wins then, Stoke and Barnsley to play, point behind West Brom, who obviously played Huddersfield and QPR. You're carrying momentum at the moment. Does that make you favourites, or are they still favourites to go up because they have that point advantage still?
I think mainly that, as I said the whole time, the only thing we can affect is what we do, how we train, how we prepare, how we play the matches, and that's the only focus I have. If I would prefer anything, of course I wanted to be in front and could decide it ourselves. So I guess that's put the favourite into West Brom, which I think is natural. At this moment in time we're going to play playoffs. Are we going to do everything we can to win on Saturday? Yes.
You said as well that you'll probably watch Huddersfield versus West Brom tonight. The fact that they get to play first, how does that impact the dynamic of the race between yourselves and West Brom?
Honestly, I think it's very difficult to answer that question. I think there's a lot of people that want to talk about that, because I definitely did read that. Was it the time when we played first? It was an issue because then that was a problem for somebody, because then we could put pressure on them by winning. Now some of them are playing first. Do they put pressure on us? I don't know. No matter what, we need to win the game. So honestly, totally honest, I'm not too fussed. I think it's all too much speculation, and that if there's players and coaches who's talking about that, it needs to be their issue. I do everything I can to prepare the players, and we are ready for the game tomorrow.
And what do you expect from Stoke, who pretty much look as if they've guaranteed their safety in the division now?
Yeah, I think definitely not Michael O'Neill and the staff and the players. I don't think they see it like this when they've been fighting relegation the whole season. Then they definitely want to be 100% sure to get over the line. Maybe they will be, even with a defeat on Saturday, because of the other results in the league. So I think they look forward to be safe, and then a little bit less stressful to build something new in this big club, which I think Michael and his staff can do. I think they've done well since he's been taking over. I think they're very difficult to break down. I think they're well organized. And I think it was definitely a one-off, the game against Leeds, if you look the last 10 games back. So I expect another difficult game, a team that are well organized and very good on set pieces. Yeah, I think that's the task.
And just finally from me, Thomas, I just wonder, what does it mean to yourself, what does it mean to the club to be in this position now with 2 games to go and have that massive opportunity?
I think that's, if you said to me or anybody before we started the season that we could be in this position, of course I would have taken it. Not that I don't back ourselves, I don't think we are a good team, or we but this championship is so difficult, we all know that, and we changed so many players in the summer and needed to build that. You could see that we need to get the engine up and running in the beginning of the season. We knew, we had a feeling from the level of the players and the style of play and the things we've been building for the last 12 years that we would have a good chance to play up there. So I think it's remarkable what we've done so far. We're proud of that, but of course we want more. We're not satisfied, we want more. That more start with the next step tomorrow against Stoke.
I'm just saying, I've noticed, because I've been watching all these matches, I've noticed in the last week that there's been a few tired-looking performances, people looking a bit more leggy, and Slav were just on about the 5 games that they've had to play in 13 days. With so much at stake, is the schedule a bit grueling?
Of course, I think it's simple science that the more matches you're playing, the bigger load and things that is accumulating, and so of course that's we know that, and you could potentially feel a little bit more tired. I don't know how the other teams feels or look like. Of course, I do my own analysis of that when I watch teams and so on. I think we look strong. I'm saying to the players that we are I think we are getting stronger for every minute we're playing, and we also look like that. I think we are looking the fitter side in many of the games in the end of the game. And when I see them train, just coming off the training pitch today, so the big position we did was with a top intensity, looked really bright 2 days after the last game we played. So we are ready, and we all know. I think one thing is the fitness level and how good you've built that level. Another thing is in the head, and I think the human body is capable of doing much more than we think. And definitely when you're on a high and a bit of momentum, we can definitely do more than we think. So we're ready to run again tomorrow.
Okay, and in terms of the Premier League and the EFL are looking at possibility of maybe making the 5 substitutes a permanent fixture now that they leagues have that option. What do you think of that? Is that something that would be positive for the game to bring 5 substitutes in or not?
I think definitely give you a bigger tactical flexibility to use that during a game, but I also think you can use it in terms of how you use your squad and put actually extra pressure on the opponents. I know it's the same for both, so it depends if both teams do the same, but for example, putting fresher attacking players on or 2 midfielders that can really press or go forward, I think that means a lot in the end of the games.
Do you worry though that maybe managers or teams will use that as a sort of a time-wasted tactic or a tactic to sort of stop the momentum of the game? I mean, what is it?
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's good with the rule now. We can still only have 3 windows to sub. I think that's a good thing. It can't be 5 windows. It needs to be 3, and at half time, because that doesn't change anything. I like that. But another thing I would like is that the water break. I think that's good, or that timeout halfway through first half. I like that. I think that'll be beneficial for the game.
Brilliant. Well, thanks very much, Thomas, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Okay, Malik.
Hi, Thomas, Malik here.
Hi, Malik.
First of all, with regards to West Brom possibly dropping points over the last 2 games of the season, do you feel like it has to happen tonight, or do you think the way things have been going for you, the unthinkable could even happen and QPR end up doing you a favour?
That's a very good question. I say it all the time, we only focus on ourselves, but of course we're aware that it would be nice if West Brom would like to give us a nice little present, either dropping points to tonight or next Wednesday. We know it's football. I don't think it would be the biggest surprise in football if that happened. I think they have it in their hands, so they need to do their bit, of course. I think I think it can happen in both games, but I think it's obviously that they're playing against a team that is fighting for relegation away from home. Even that without fans is different, but still needs to travel and all that. I think it's looking from the outside now a more difficult game tonight for them than Wednesday, but we never know what kind of story the game will be before we start the game. It's the same way with us. Potentially look like a more difficult game Saturday than Wednesday, but we don't know what's going to happen if the opponents are going to put the top corner or a stupid red card or whatever. So let's see what's happening.
And you talked about the pressure earlier on of who plays first and all that kind of stuff. If West Brom do drop points tonight, it'll obviously be for the first time in your own hands. How confident are you that your players are ready to deal with that kind of pressure? It will be, as I said, a different experience to the one they've had over the last few weeks.
I really think it's about seeing opportunities. I think it's really about, turning into something positive. And that's one thing. And the second thing, we're not doing anything different. We just spoke about today. No matter what happens tonight, we prepare for the game tomorrow and we want to top perform and we want to win. Win, draw, lose of the game tonight with Huddersfield and West Brom doesn't change anything for what we should prepare for tomorrow. We should still focus on the individual task as if you're right fullback or centre back or midfielder. Still stick to the game plan, and definitely in our position we are how can you say, we're only looking forward. We don't look behind. So we're just going to go out there and attack.
And lastly, from me, I mean, obviously, without the fans and stuff in the grounds, how happy are you that the kind of journey the team have been able to take the fans on over the last few weeks, regardless of what happens in the next few days, as a kind of substitute for not being able to send off Griffin Park the way we all would have liked?
Yeah, I think I really hope I don't think. Yeah, I think they really enjoying this run of form and performances, and that will. In many ways, we knew it was the last season at Griffin Park. It was the farewell season, and we talked about that from the beginning of the season. That we really like to try to make it magical, or create magical moments, so that they could experience. And then everything happened with this world pandemic. So I think we made create a few before. Now the world pandemic, and now we're going on an unbelievable run. So I hope in the end they will. I know no matter what happened, they will never forget this season. And we'll do everything we can to finish it off in a fantastic way, and give so much back to the fans.
Cheers, Thomas. Best of luck.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I wondered, given the problems he's had in the past, what you would have said if someone at the start of the season that Rico Henry would play nearly 50 games for you and could 50 games.
Yeah.
He gets to the players.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I would say that. Whoa, I would have taken that any day, and I knew before the season that if Rico could play just 40 games or 38 games, something like that, that will make the team, 5% better, because we knew how good a player he's been for us, and I've been here for 3.5 years, and we played Moses Otabaggio, Johan Barbe, Josh Clark at left back, for example. None of them a left-footed left back. I know Johan is a left-footer, but he's not a left back. And with Rico's intensity in his game, his unbelievable 1v1 defensively qualities, he's a top left back in this division, and he has impressed me a lot. And I keep saying to him every day that he's only getting stronger, and he's top, and he's driving the trainings and the team in his way.
Thanks very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, James.
Good afternoon, Thomas.
Afternoon, James.
Do you feel that your superior goal difference compared to West Brom could prove an important factor when determining the final standings?
Yeah, we never know. We'll know in 2 games' time. Maybe that's the and look at that. If that's the difference between getting directly promoted to the Prem or not, a goal difference, that's crazy. Let's just show this beautiful game in these competitions that is, we're playing 46 games over a year, and it's down to goal difference. That's crazy. Then we can talking about marginal gains in every single training or evaluation or talk with players. That's crazy. But I'm pretty pleased that if that happened, that we will be in that spot. So it's not nothing we have focused on to have a top goal difference. We've just been focusing, of course, to try to keep our good attacking play growing, and then the big improvement that we talked about a lot of times, it was the defensive side of the game. Then added together, that luckily ended out in a superior goal difference.
And then, as a coach, how do you seek to calm the dressing room with such important pressure on each game now to the end of the season?
I think we try to do the same every day or on match days without without making the same, because also sometimes you need to change it a bit. But because you play a more important game, you don't have to have a longer tactic talk. Because you play a more important game, you don't have to have an extra motivational video in 10 minutes and everybody is talking to them or show all their goals. I think it's about doing what we've done well and continue doing that, and then repeating small messages. And then of course throughout a year we try to mix it up once in a while, to have a motivational video once and shorter tactic meetings then. But in general we need to be quite consistent in that, in what we believe in. And then I think the main thing for me is that no matter what happens, let's go out and attack and enjoy it. And that's been the message throughout this campaign. And of course, as I said, we change the message sometimes. But I really think going into let's say it's going to be two very important games for whatever reason, the next two, I don't believe in changing anything. We need to do the same. Yeah.
And then finally from me, should the season come down to the final game, with both teams playing simultaneously, do you have a plan in terms of how you go about managing the final game, perhaps with score updates from other games going on?
Let us win Saturday, and then you ask me the question next Tuesday, and I'll answer you.
Good luck, Thomas.
Thank you.
It's been almost 4 weeks of playing behind closed doors. Do you feel the tempo and concentration of the team is better when there are no fans in the stadium, or do you still miss their presence at games?
I would say, of course, we miss the fans. Football is for the fans and about the fans. So we would love to have them back. Now they're not here. Somebody asked me in the beginning of this restart, and I was thinking, I actually forget that there's no fans during the game. Because you're so much in the zone, you just focus on how can you win the game and help the team. Of course, I'm aware that I can give tactical inputs, or I can correct things, or I can, shout, press, or in difficult, different set piece situation or goal kicks, get them higher. So I use that and prepare for that. But no, I miss the fans.
Okay. And how do you feel the young players that you've given game time to, like Roslev and Zamburek, have reacted? Are you impressed with them on the training ground and even during games?
Yeah. I think both Mats and Jan are going to have big Brentford careers, and I'm really looking forward for them to continue work with them and see them progress and see them taking the next steps every single day. I'm really pleased with that. So yeah, and I think Matt's been starting 2 games and coming in one, and Jan just came off the bench the last 2 games and done well. So I'm really pleased with what I see every single day in training, and I really believe that they're going to have big careers in Brentford.
Okay. And just finally, what is the general mood like around the team and the staff, considering you're where you are on the table and you're on the cusp of promotion to the Premier League?
Let me put it this way, I'll be very disappointed if I see any sad faces walking in the morning. The sun is shining, it's the middle of July, we're playing football, we're fighting for promotion. It's pretty good. The only thing is that we don't have the fans, so that's the minor downside.
Okay, alright. Thank you, Thomas.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Is Phil there now? Is he?
Phil? No, Phil.
Okay, anyone got anything final to add?
Just a quick one from me, Thomas, if you wouldn't mind. You said after the Preston game that you were going to enjoy a glass of wine and take stock of everything that's been happening in recent weeks that is sometimes overlooked given the pace at which you're having to work. I wonder whether you did have that glass of wine and whether it's changed your perspective on, or solidified your perspective on what's happening at Brentford at the moment.
Yeah, I had a very nice glass of wine. It was Chateauneuf de Paf, so it was a good one. Enjoyed it, and because they're coming so fast, the games, and because we are so close to the end of the season, it's you're really pleased, but your head is so much poof onto the next one because we just want to end on a high. And of course, it's not the first time in Championship, that we play 3 games a week, but because we've done it for 4 or 5 weeks, that's just not natural. And of course, because it's the end of the season. So, but it definitely in the silent moments, there are very few during the days these days. I need to try to remind myself, no matter what, it's pretty good what we're doing. We need to enjoy it with a top group of players and a top group of staff members and directors in this club. It's a joy. We all know it's easier when you win football matches, but I said it before, and I said it at Christmas at the Christmas party in the club, that I said to all players and staff, I'm 100% sure in 15-20 years time we all remember what a remarkable place Brentford is and was, and we will miss, or really look back at the time and think, that was top, maybe some of the best place I ever worked. No matter if we progress as staff and players to go to other clubs in the future. And I think we'll remember that no matter what happened in the next 2 to 5 games.
Alex, Thomas, how you doing? You alright?
Yeah, you?
The question I want to ask is we always talk a lot about your team in these situations, and I think you touched on it as well about yourself. Are you feeling any stress at all over the next week, or is it all kind of you enjoy it, whatever happens?
The games are coming so quick, so it's about really do everything I can to enjoy, but of course my head is spinning in terms of preparation. Then there's a few days in turnarounds, so I do everything I can to do something different with the families, or just take my breaks just to relax a bit. And of course we know it's in the end of the season and exciting things are maybe about to happen. But I think you can't think too much about it. If it's going to happen, I promise you we will celebrate. But yeah, I need to focus on the task. I think that's what I demand of the players. And every single time I get too many stupid thoughts into my head, I do everything I can to get it out, because I can't use it to anything. But of course I'm only a human being, so we all get these thoughts into our head, but get them out as quick as possible. And when you're not focused on the task, how you prepare the team, and what you can do something about, make sure you think of something else.
What have you been doing to switch, apart from drinking wine, of course? What have you been doing to switch off?
I'm not drinking wine every day after I win. Yeah, I go for a run and spend time with the family. And of course, that's it. Of course, then I probably watched a little bit too much football. There's too much football in the telly this moment in time. So I don't know if that's switching off or learning. I don't know what kind of excuse I need to say to my missus for that one, but I find one.
Have you got any excuses I can give to mine?
Yeah, no, I don't have one, unfortunately. I say work. I say it's work, baby, it's work.
Yeah. Just to ask you about sports psychology. I know you studied that at university. I just wondered whether that actually helps you get your message across in a situation like this to your players.
Yeah, maybe it helped. Of course, I have some theoretical background for that. So that's one thing, but I think it's part of my experience working with players for many years and working with a good group of staff I use in terms of what kind of message we want to give. And then I guess also a little bit how my personality is. I am a positive thinking person, so I like to give positive messages, more or less no matter what. Of course I'm hard sometimes, of course we have demands and all that, but I try to think positive, and I think that's come across how I am.